Hi everybody, welcome. And today I have something quite incredible. This is the Sotheby's's Barry Halper collection of baseball memorabilia 1999 special limited edition baseball cards. And I think this is something really quite incredible because in 1999, Barry Halper, who was an extensive collector of baseball memorabilia, he was close friends with many baseball legends like Joe DiMaggio and Mantle. In 1999, he auctioned off his collection through Sotheby's for a whopping 21.8 million. Now, of course, in the years since, there have been some controversy about the veracity of some of these items in the collection, and some of them have been shown to be fakes and frauds. But, we're not here to talk about all that. We're here to talk about the cards. This set has 14 cards, which I've all sleeved up here, and I'm going to take you through each one of them. They really go through, I think, what are some of the most iconic moments in baseball history. So before we dive right in, make sure you hit that like button and give my channel a subscribe. Okay. So up first, let's put this down here. We have the cover card, which is really nothing much. You can see here illustrations by Ron Barrett. You'll see what these illustrations are in just a few moments, and you can see here 1999 Barry Halper Enterprises. And I really think, it's so cool that they made these baseball cards, because these cards have been something that have been tied to the sport of baseball for the longest time. So really, really cool. The only sad thing is that they are printed on this sort of, I would say, a little bit flimsy cardstock. They're not the typical Topps baseball cardstock that's normally used, but it's 1999. I won't fault them for that. Okay, so let's take a look at the first card here. It says the ultimate record book at Sotheby's. Now, obviously, as you can see, it was kind of like a sale thing. They were trying to get you to buy the baseball's ultimate record book, as they called it. This card kind of just tells you how you can order the catalog of Barry Halper's baseball memorabilia online. You can see here the illustrations that I was talking about earlier. Every single one of the cards has this cute little illustration and a funny little text here kind of explaining a bit of trivia about the sport of baseball. Here you can see the website that was used by Sotheby's in order to auction off the items in the Barry Halper collection through the internet, which at the time in 1999 was a really, really normal thing. So that's really cool, but let's get on to the actual cards. Up first, we have the Babe's last bat at Sotheby's, and over here you can see a picture of Babe Ruth himself on his final visit to Yankee Stadium. The Yankees, had scheduled a celebration of the stadium's 25th anniversary and retire Babe Ruth's number 3 on June 13th, 1948. So on the back of the cards, they all have these write-up that talks about that specific moment in history and how it relates to the Barry Halper collection. You can see here that, the collection actually includes Babe Ruth's autographed baseball, his rookie baseball card, and how the collection also include Babe Ruth's last bat and Nat Fiend's photograph, which is this one shown right here. I think it perfectly captures that feeling that Babe Ruth must have had when he was walking out onto the iconic stadium for the last time. Really, really, really cool card. Okay, so up next we have, Lou Gehrig Day. And this card commemorates Lou Gehrig, the Iron Horse of baseball, who was famed for his 2,130 consecutive games played streak. And on this day, July 4th, 1939, they were holding a celebration for Lou Gehrig, who had been forced to retire as a player 2 weeks earlier due to his being diagnosed with ALS, the disease that today bears his name. But on this day, he was giving a speech, and he was also being showered with kind words and numerous gifts, one of which remained the source of inspiration to his dying days and can be seen today at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum, which was a trophy presented to him by his teammates on the New York Yankees. It's a really cool card here that shows some of the memorabilia that is inside the Barry Halper collection relating to Lou Gehrig. Up next, we have Joe D's rookie year, and you can see here Joe DiMaggio, but he's wearing a Seals uniform, not a New York Yankees uniform. That really is quite interesting until they turn it around, and you can read the description in the back that says that before he was a Yankee, Joe DiMaggio was a Seal. And in Joe DiMaggio's rookie year, he batted .323 with 206 hits, 29 homers, 125 RBIs, and 132 runs scored in 138 games in his rookie season in 1936, in which he also won his very first World Series. Also, he made baseball history with a 61 game hitting streak, which is pretty incredible. Over here, you can see also that the Barry Halper collection includes DiMaggio's 1933 rookie jersey, which I think is something that any baseball fan would die to have. Okay, let's move on to the next one now. And this is the Black Sox series at Sotheby'S, which you can see here, a picture of Shoeless Joe Jackson, which is actually the subject of some controversy because in later years, people have kind of questioned whether or not Shoeless Joe was involved in the scandal, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the scandal. So 1986, the 1919 World Series featured, the Chicago White Sox against the Cincinnati Reds. And there were 8 players on the White Sox that actually took money from gamblers and threw the game and the World Series against the Cincinnati Reds. And for this, the Commissioner of Baseball suspended all of them from the game of baseball and banned them from ever participating in the World Series or indeed baseball as a sport in general, and also barred them from ever being admitted to the Baseball Hall of Fame, including famous player Shoeless Joe. And it's said that in later years, Shoeless Joe, he denied ever having any involvement with the gamblers, but by then it was too late, and unfortunately the commissioner refused to let him enter the Baseball Hall of Fame. So that's really, really sad, but it shows you how important honesty is in the sport of baseball. Okay, and this is what I was talking about when I was in 1986 earlier. This is the era that iced a series. And obviously it talks about the 1986 World Series between the Boston Red Sox and the New York Mets, and the error committed by Bill Buckner, where he let the ball that was hit by Mookie Wilson roll between his legs and allow Ray Knight to score the winning run. This error gave the Mets a 6-5 victory and forced a Game 7, which the Mets ultimately won to clinch the championship. You can see here the photo of this iconic moment. You can see Wilson running here. I feel like he almost can't believe what's going on. I'm not sure which player this is, but I mean, he would have been incredibly disappointed. And this play kind of became a symbol for the Red Sox's long championship drought, which was of course broken in an iconic manner in 2004. Okay, this card is the shot heard round the world. You see here. This of course refers to the shot in October 3, 1951 during a tiebreaker game between the New York Giants and the Brooklyn Dodgers, where Bobby Thompson hit a 3-run home run off Dodgers pitcher Ralph Branca at the Polo Grounds in New York. The dramatic homer secured a 5-4 victory for the Giants and sent them to the World Series. You can see here the Giants team celebrating. Fortunately, the Dodgers pitcher Ralph Branca walking away in desolation. And this is one of the most iconic plays in baseball history, and people often say that it kind of cemented the intense Giants-Dodgers rivalry. Quite cool. You can see here, say that Barry Halper built this collection trading baseball cards, but there are still 20,000 of them left, and I wish I had 20,000 baseball cards to trade. Okay, this is the Baseball World Tour of 1888 to 1889. Now, this was organized by baseball stars Albert Spalding and also Cap Anson, and the tour began in October 1888 and spanned across many countries including Hawaii, New Zealand, Australia, Italy, France, England, and Egypt, which can be seen here. And exhibition games also played in exotic locations like the pyramids of Giza and this iconic photograph taken in front of the Egyptian Sphinx. Now, I actually went to see the Sphinx last year, I believe, and let me tell you, they did not allow people to climb up onto the Sphinx like this. The whole area is just all cordoned off now. But I think it's really cool that even back then, they were trying to spread the game of baseball out to the world, and now, baseball has exploded in popularity around the world, and, let's hope that it can continue to increase in popularity. Okay, this card commemorates the father of baseball, Alexander Joy Cartwright, who helped to write many of the rules of modern baseball, such as 9-player teams and 9-inning games, in a document famously called the Knickerbocker Rules. So it says here that, every Hall of Fame plaque has a duplicate presented to the honoree or his descendants, and Barry Halper actually obtained the Cartwrights from the family of the man most historians consider to be the true father of baseball, which I think is really cool. It just shows you how historic this sport is, that it's been going on for so long. And when you think about it, all these things that we kind of take for granted, the rules, the conventions of the sport, someone had to come up with it, and most of it was influenced by this man right here, Alexander Joy Cartwright. Okay, so this is an action shot right here. This is the king of competition, and of course, I don't need to tell you who the king of competition is. It was Ty Cobb. Ty Cobb was born in 1886 and played for the Detroit Tigers from 1905 to 1926, and he was known for his aggressive playing style both at bat and on the field. He was a 12-time batting champion and set numerous records, including the highest career batting average of .366, which actually still stands today. So in this photo here, you can see Cobb sliding past the baseman, kind of displaying the grit and intensity that he brought to all of his baseball games. Really quite amazing. Alright, this is Pine Tar Rhubarb at Sotheby'S. It kind of commemorates the controversy, of the pine tar bat. In 1983, when George Brett's controversial home run was disallowed due to the excessive pine tar on his bat. However, after the fact, the Kansas City Royals officially protested the game, and after review of the protest, they ruled in favor of the Royals. And the decision was made eventually to reinstate this home run, and the last half inning of the game was ordered to be replayed. So essentially, after all the controversy over the bat, the game was resumed from the point of Brett's disallowed home run, and in the end, the Yankees were unable to score, and the Royals won 5-4. See here, even back then, people were really getting into it about all this controversy. There will always be people who try to cheat and kind of gain advantages on the other players. But, for the love of the sport, try to keep it pure and sportsmanlike. This, I think, is really cool. They're called the Eminem Boys. Here you can see Roger Maris. Here, of course, Mickey Mantle. So this card talks about the pair's duel, home run duel that they were having in 1961, in which Roger Maris eventually won because he broke Babe Ruth's long-standing record of 60 home runs in one season. He hit, of course, 61 home runs in 1961, but it also came with a lot of controversy and immense pressure because he was chasing Babe Ruth's record during an era of increased media scrutiny. And of course, not to be forgotten was Mickey Mantle, who also had an outstanding year, who finished the 1961 season with 54 home runs. Both players were actually integral to the New York Yankees' success in 1961, where they led the team to the American League pennant and the World Series title, where they defeated the Cincinnati Reds. So you can see here a cute drawing of both Eminem Boys. And you can kind of see the signatures of Roger Maris and also Mickey Mantle. Can't tell you how much that photo will be, the real photo will be worth now, but I can imagine it will be quite a lot. This is Willie's Catch. I'm coming up now to the 13th card of the series. This is Willie's Catch, in which Willie Mays, during Game 1 of the 1954 World Series between the New York Giants and the Cleveland Indians, made a fantastic catch. Score tied 2-2, top of the 8th inning. Vic Wertz of the Indians hits a deep fly ball to center field, and Mays actually ran all the way back, made an over-the-shoulder catch while running at full speed, preventing the ball from going over the fence for a potential go-ahead home run. So, this catch, is often celebrated as one of the greatest moments in baseball history, kind of showcasing Mays' combination of speed, athleticism, and baseball intelligence. Sorry. I think that's really cool. And eventually the Giants also went on to win the game and swept the Indians in the series, clinching the 1954 World Series title. An action shot right here, maybe one of the first stadium clubs ever released. So now I'm coming on to the last card here, called Whole New Ball Game at www.sotheby's.amazon.com. And unfortunately, this card is again kind of a promo card. They were obviously promoting the new auction that was going on, where they're saying that over 6,000 lots from the Halper collection was sold exclusively on the internet at Sotheby's.amazon.com. And at the time, the internet was something that was really new, and to have such an important auction of baseball memorabilia, basically a chronicle of the entire history of the sport, to have it held on the internet, I think must have really been quite groundbreaking at the time. So let's hope that the sport of baseball can continue to innovate and find new ways to connect with audiences across time. So let me just get all the cards back here just to show it to you guys all at once. 14 cards from 1999, 25 years ago. These cards are 25 years old, and I think these are really, really cool. A really cool part of baseball history, and it kind of ties back to so many iconic moments in baseball history as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you something new, that you learned something new today, and I will see you guys in the next video. Like and subscribe. See you guys next time. Alright, if you guys like baseball as much as I do, if you guys like baseball cards as much as I do, then you need to check out my new listing on my Etsy shop at Vintage Minted Print. I have created baseball trading card templates which can be used to create your very own versions of these classic 1989 baseball cards. And let me just show you how easy it is to create these. All you have to do is just add your photo, size it, send it to the back. After that, you just type in your name and do some minor adjustments to make it look good, and then hit download. Guys, it is really that simple, and you can have cards that look like this. These cards are 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches and they are editable. You can have cards that look like this. So I've placed in some examples of what you can make for that baseball fan in your life who never quite seems to get the baseball card that they want. Now, another thing to note is that all templates are editable using the free version of Canva. No further purchase is necessary, and you can have cards that look like this. Wouldn't that be simply spectacular? With my template, you can have instant access to these templates. You can easily achieve high quality designs, and you can immortalize your own piece of sports history. Right here you can see an example of the cards that you can make for your friends or their family that really love baseball. And another thing to note is that all 30 teams are available. Yes, that's right, all 30 teams are available for the low price of $8. And right now I have a special sale. When you spend $5 or more at my shop, you can save 25% off. So guys, essentially, just get this one thing from my shop and you can have yourself 25% off. Once again, that is vintage minted print. Please help me go check out these trading card templates. I really think you guys will like it. I put in a lot of effort to make sure that they were as close as possible to the release this year, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.